Its presentation. Springs Valley High School basketball is on the air. Q100 WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley. This exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley Holiday Tourney. And tonight's game between the Valley Blackhawks and New Washington Mustangs, being brought to you by IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only national ranked health system in the state of Indiana. By Sullivan Financial of Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. By Spring Valley Bank and Trust, offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Spring Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick. And by Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. And now, Spring Valley High School basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton.
From the Hawks Nest on the SV campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley High School basketball, where tonight the Hawks play their second game of the day as they meet their final opponent in their pool as they take on the New Washington Mustangs. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as the Hawks, with a win here over the Mustangs, would play in the championship game for the first time since the Hawks have hosted this tournament. They got the first one under their belt earlier today as they knocked off West Washington by a final count of 53-37. Hawks jumped out of the gate strong with the first 12 points, would build leads as big as 18. West Washington would cut it to as little as 8, but Christian Tucker, a career-high day, 22 points, 4 3-pointers, and 6 of 6 at the free throw line, hit 3 triples in the third period to keep the Hawks on track as they ended a 5-game losing streak to the Senators. Now they'll take on a team that they have never lost to. They are 5-0 all-time against New Washington. However, they have not played this team in some 14 years, not since the 2003-2004 season. And they might be catching them at the right time. A team that went all the way to the semi-state last year in Class A had 6 seniors that graduated from that squad. So they, like West Washington, Kevin, trying to rebuild a new team.
Absolutely. They were really hot at the end of the year last year. They had a couple upset wins in their sectional. They'd only won, I think, 14 games, maybe 16 games or 15 games, whatever, in the regular season. Then they went to the Lagodi Regional and played really well. They upset West Washington, a team I thought could do serious damage, and they beat former Valley coach Josh Thompson's team, Wood Memorial, in the night game there. In another game I thought was quite an upset. So they had a nice run. They lost to the eventual state champion, Indianapolis Tinley. And then, like you have to do at the 1A level sometimes, it's a total and complete rebuild after all those seniors graduate. They're 1-8. They're 1 win against Shaw Memorial out of Madison, coached by our friend, the longtime coach Mike Brown, who was at Paoli, among other places. They've really been struggling this year. They're not very big. They're not very quick. They're inexperienced, and quite frankly, they could be overmatched tonight if Valley can play somewhat to their own level. We'll see how it goes. Second game of the day. For Valley, a new experience for them. We'll see if they can rise to the occasion and get to that championship game tomorrow night.
Spring Valley and New Washington set to go at it. Tip-off a little more than 10 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Michael Leachman on the Spring Valley Basketball Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Spring Valley High School Basketball.
I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is the Spring Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leachman as the Blackhawks take on New Washington in their second game of the holiday tourney. Well, Coach, we didn't get a chance to talk to you before the West Washington game earlier today, but hopefully it was a good Christmas for you and your family, for the kids as well. And I guess the main thing, it was finally after a 12-day layoff, nice to get back to playing again.
Yeah, you know, we had 12 days off, which sounds like a good thing, but the way we were playing basketball before that layoff, you know, as a coach, you kind of want to keep playing because we had a good weekend of basketball where I thought we were playing at a good high level. and then you take 12 days off, which we had practice, in between, but, it's different. The kids are out of rhythm. They're getting up earlier for practice, and we have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, and another day earlier in the week, so we had 3 days off, which isn't normal for them. So we're kind of out of rhythm, and we had a lot of sickness. We had several JV kids sick, and a couple of our varsity guys were actually sick too, so sickness has been going around, and I just thought, it was nice to give the kids a break, but at the same time, with everybody being sick and the way we were playing before the break, it kind of didn't work out the best for us.
With that said, kids came out ready to go, jumped out to a 12-0 lead, held them to just one field goal there in that first quarter and a couple of free throws, so you had to be at least pleased, I would think, with the start. Yeah,
great effort, and I really thought we had good effort on the defensive end all game, and I thought our guys kind of tired out pretty quickly. We were getting after it, so it's hard to ask for 32 minutes of what we were doing because, the way we were playing defensively, running around like crazy. But I thought we got tired, and then offensively, I thought we kind of went through the motions, and we didn't execute very well on the offensive end. But from an effort standpoint and coming out ready to play standpoint, I was really, really happy with our guys. And we just got to execute a little bit better. But it's kind of what I expected. First game in 12 days, I kind of thought we looked a little sluggish at times, going through the motions at times. But at least we had good effort and we were ready to play right from the start. I thought we got to a really good start defensively, which that helped us in the end.
And even though you didn't do it the whole game, you applied at times 2-2-1 full court pressure, and then trying to double team and trap there in the half court. How effective would you say those were?
I thought it was really effective, especially that first quarter. I thought we really, really bothered them. And then at times in the fourth quarter, we slowed them down a little bit by trapping every now and then. The second quarter, I thought West Washington made a really good adjustment. They were trapping, and they did a really good job of hitting the middle guy, and the middle guy, going high-low to their bigs in the block. So I thought we had to get out of it because they did a good job. But the good thing about our team is we can throw something at you, and then when we need to, when we're ready, we can go to man-to-man and play just fine. We're a good man-to-man defensive team. I know you might watch this and think, for being a good man-to-man defensive team, you got to do a lot of trapping and half-court stuff. But I think we can do a lot of good things. I think man-to-man is definitely our strong suit when the game's on the line. You'll see us being man-to-man, but I think we have the kids that can get after it and trap a little bit too.
Nice game for Christian Tucker, 22 points, 4 three-pointers, including 3 there in that third quarter, and those had to be big because West Washington had cut that 14-point lead down to 8, and his couple of big baskets kind of gave you a little more breathing room.
Yeah, he hit 3 straight threes. So he hit 2, and I looked at him and said, can you hit another one? Of course, he said, yeah, he's a very confident kid. That's what I love about him. And Ryan Taus had a really good screen for him and got him open, and he had another one. Those 3 threes were huge. If you don't hit those 3 threes in that stretch right there, that's a down to the wire game. It's going to be a dogfight that fourth quarter. So he was able to get that separation built back up. And then I thought we did pretty good executing. I thought we took 1 or 2 bad shots and had a couple bad turnovers that fourth quarter. But I thought we did a pretty good job protecting the lead there in the fourth quarter.
Good bench play as well. Cole Cooper came in solid. Trenton, his usual job, and I thought even Isaac Carnes gave you some good minutes.
Really good bench play. I think that was the most points we scored off the bench this year. I think we had 13 or 15 points off the bench, which is great because those 3 guys, they're going to do so much for you defensively, with effort, getting in the passing lanes, getting deflections, getting rebounds. But it's a really big bonus when those guys put the ball in the basket, and they're capable of putting the ball in the basket. I think Mac's our best finisher and the best player we got to get in the free throw line. Cole Cooper does a really good job of picking spots when to cut. And reading the openings. He's a really smart basketball player. And Isaac Carnes is the same way. Really smart basketball player. His shot's getting better and better every game, and he's playing with more and more confidence every game. And those 3 guys have done a really good job for us, and they played really good basketball. I was really proud of them. I thought our starters, I thought a couple of them, weren't ready at times or weren't focused at times. So that's the good thing about this team is we got a bench that can get in there and let our starters refocus when we get the starters back in. I think right now we've got good chemistry with our guys, and our guys are really getting after it and embracing one another.
All right, less than 2 hours rest. Kids have to come right back. Are you interested to see how they hold up stamina-wise?
Yeah, I'm a little interested. I think with guys being sick over break and not really having their full conditioning in and having real great stamina right now, it's a little concerning going into this game. But I think it's important we get off to another good start and try to, set the tone early and then, get our bench guys in and give us those breaks that we need. Don't be surprised if you see us go 9 or 10 deep this game because, just to rest some legs and get them ready. But it's a little bit of a concern, but knowing these guys, they're gamers, they'll come out ready to go, and they'll get after it.
What can you tell us about this new Washington team?
They got a couple of good guards. You look at their record, and they're struggling to score the basketball. They're 1-8, and they're struggling to score. But they're a team that went to a semi-state last year, so they know what they're doing. Over there at New Washington, they got a good program, and they've had a lot of success here lately. So you definitely want to come out and play your basketball and beat them. Don't think that their record's 1-8, we can be fine, because they're the kind of team that's had so much success. You've got to go beat them. So that's going to be important for us. But contain their two guards. 12 and 22, and the rest of it, just play our basketball, rebound, take care of the basketball. We had 12 turnovers in that West Washington game, and we didn't see any pressure. So that's a little bit of concerning. It just shows mental focus is all that was. So we got to make sure we come out, value every possession, and rebound the basketball.
When Coach puts you into the championship game tomorrow night, and I know that's something you guys are wanting to do, and that's to win your own holiday tourney.
Yeah, we've hosted the tournament for 5 or 6 years now, and we've never won it. So that's our goal. We talked about that a lot this week. Seniors, this is your last chance at it. You guys have never even played a championship game. So, we got to take it one game at a time, but we need 3 wins. We got the first one, and now we got to get to whatever it takes. We got to get this second one. It doesn't matter how ugly it is or how tough it is. We got to make sure we can, whatever we have to do to come out with a win.
All right. Let's hope that happens. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And this has been the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leachman as the Blackhawks take on New Washington. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Joined now by the head coach of the New Washington Mustangs, Jonathan May. And Coach, we appreciate your time, taking time to join us here before the ball game. I know it's been a little tough in terms of victories so far, but as you were telling me, heavy graduation loss. So tell us a little bit about how this season has gone.
We started off the season, we were at full strength. We've got 2 guys who've been out. They played the first 3 games with us. And they should be both getting released. One got released today, the other one should be released tomorrow, but we've got to get some practices in. 2 key guys for us. We've struggled a little bit at times on both ends of the floor, but I think for the most part, we've competed with some things. We've just been outmatched physically at times. We've got to stick the ball in the hole a little more than what we've done to be competitive there in the fourth quarter. But they're good kids. They work hard, and I think that it's going to take a little time, but we'll get there.
I was going to say, you're kind of in the same situation when Valley played West Washington earlier today. Heavy graduation losses, so a lot of new kids in new positions. So how is the learning curve to this point?
It's like I said, it's been good for them, I think. As we spoke earlier today, I told you our point guard's been out. He's been one of the ones injured, so we've been, he was kind of the leader of our group, and had some of the most experience coming back from last season, what little he did get. So other guys have had to step up, playing some different roles. So we're slowly getting there.
Who've been some of the guys that have made the most contributions so far?
I'd say our sophomore, A.J. Walter, he's played big for us. We can get him to defend a little better. I've been really pleased with where he's at on both ends of the floor. I'd say he's kind of been our leader. We've got a freshman, Bo Giltner, I think does some good things for us. We need to get a little bit more physically mature as he grows, he gets a little older.
What about in terms of how best would you characterize your style of play?
We need to, I think we've got to be patient. We have to defend really well on the half court. I don't think we're physically able to extend the floor so much right now. If we can shrink the floor and take care of the paint, I feel like we can take care of the basketball. I think that's a big key for us, is not turning it over, especially live ball turnovers. We don't have a chance to recover for that. We can do a couple of those things. I think we'll start to improve and be able to compete.
And that is Jonathan May, the head coach of the New Washington Mustangs, as I had a chance to talk to him prior to the contest this evening. We're ready to take a look at the starting lineups in the contest as the Hawks and Mustangs go at it for the 6th time. Here's the rundown of our starting lineups, our very own Kevin Terrell.
Thank you, Mac. For New Washington, who comes in at 1-8 on paper, this is a major mismatch. New Washington being outscored almost 24 points a game on the season. The staggering computer thinks that Springs Valley will beat them by 41. We'll see how that turns out. For New Washington, they start Bo Giltner, 5'11" and a freshman. He's scoring 4.2 a game. Spencer Ty, 6 foot and a junior. He's joined in a 3-guard set by Fernando Diaz, 5'8" and a sophomore. Hunter Miles, 5'10" and a senior. And A.J. Walter, 5'10" and a sophomore. A.J. is the leading scorer at 12.2 a game. There's a lot of Diaz's on there. I mentioned one in the lineup. There's a couple more that we'll see perhaps throughout the night. For Springs Valley, they come in with just one loss on the year, a sterling record of 7-1. They go with this lineup as usual. Jackson Land, 5'11" and a junior. He's scoring 5.4 a game. Braden Whitaker up front is the leading scorer, just barely, 6'3" and a senior, 12.9 a game. Ryan Tao in the middle, 6'4" and a senior. He'll have a major height advantage, as will Whitaker against this very small Mustang team. Christian Tucker, 5'9" and a junior, had a big night in the opening game of this tournament, scoring a career-high 22 points. He scores 12.8 a game on his average, and then Zach Carnes, 5'9" and a senior, rounds out the lineup. I expect a lot of people to come in off the bench as well. A deep Valley team playing their second game in about 4 hours. They'll need their depth to get through this one. We're about ready to tip it off here in the nightcap of the Springs Valley opening round tournament. And here to bring you the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin Terrell. Hello again, everyone, as Ryan Tao out jumps Spencer Ty on the tip, and the Hawks waste no time working it in low to Braden Whitaker, who can't get the short jumper from the left side to go. And the official said verticality on New Washington's part, so no foul, even though there was a little bit of contact. So the Hawks unsuccessful on their first attempt. Now New Washington in blue. They are working left to right here in this first half of play. They skip it down to the corner to Hunter Miles, who has to throw it out long as he was falling out of bounds. For the basketball is A.J. Walter. He's their leading scorer. Free throw line off to Bo Giltner, and now out of the corner, a three-point try would not go for Miles. And the rebound run down by Ty, who kicks it back out to Walter, who can't get the three to go. And another offensive rebound and a putback is Walter able to put it back up and in. And that's an inauspicious start for the Hawks as they gave up 3 chances on the offensive end before the Mustangs were able to score. Here's Land to the baseline, kicks it opposite side to Tucker, to Whitaker, fakes the three, drives to the foul line, can't get the shot off. Looks like, some sort of...
No, they're playing man-to-man. They're just sagging a lot.
All righty. There's a skip pass to a cutting Ryan Tao at his layup, rim out on him. So unlike earlier today when the Hawks scored the first 12, they have not looked good here in the first couple of minutes. And stepping out of bounds, I think, over on the far sideline was Fernando Diaz.
Nice look out there on the floor from our perspective. I know I read those list of heights earlier for New Washington. Have you ever seen a team as small as the Mustangs are? I know they had a couple listed at 5'10", 5'11". I don't think there's a player out there bigger than 5'8".
Yeah, seems like it.
Major size advantage, yet they've got the first 4 rebounds of this game as Valley not hitting the glass hard enough here early.
Whitaker post up, turn around 10-footer in the lane, in and out and back in again.
Should be able to do that all night long. Totally outsized as New Washington, and Whitaker should be able to pretty much go to work on the low block if we can just be patient enough to get it there.
Hawks have tied it up. Here's Walter with the angled drive, leans in, puts up a shot off target, and Christian Tucker comes out of there with it now for the Hawks, and he lost it out of bounds. I think he either maybe stumbled, but at any rate, he could not hang on to it, and the Hawks give it back again.
A little bit of a lack of alertness to this point.
There's a steal. The inbounds pass by Whitaker. He runs the floor, hooks it weak side to Ryan Tao, and this time he does not miss the layup.
Good job by Whitaker to read the inbounds pass, take it all the way to the front of the rim, and then dish it off to his teammate Ryan Tao with a easy fast break layup. I see the Hawks run a little bit more than they normally do.
Walter down in the corner. Ty will launch a three. It skips off the rim, and the rebound grabbed there by Mario Diaz, a 5'10 junior who checks in, and he had it blocked away and out of bounds. But still, Kevin, another New Wash offensive board.
Yeah, that's 3 of them in the first 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Miles in low. Oh, it's a wide open Bo Giltner, but he blew the layup. So the Hawks dodge a bullet there. They lead 4-2. Carnes, stop-and-go move, hooks it baseline to Whitaker, drives to the wing, pulls up for a 10-footer, and rattles it home.
To say that Whitaker has a mismatch would be an understatement. Again, size-wise, he's got a big size advantage, and Spencer Ty is trying to check him. Not going to have the length or quickness to stay with him.
And the Valley forces another turnover, pass ahead to Tao, down the lane. He goes, rolls it up and in. Oh, he was obviously fouled. They didn't call it. I thought he was fouled a couple other times on drives. They didn't call it, but Ryan's got 4, and the Hawks have recovered nicely and now poked away and stolen again. Here's Tucker running the floor. Takes it all the way in with a left hand and scoops it up and in. So the Hawks, a bit of a slow start, but it only lasted a minute and a half because over the next 2 minutes, they have scored 10 straight points and have suddenly run out to a 10-2 advantage on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard with 4:26 to be exact remaining in this opening quarter of play. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And Kevin, that old adage, good, well, let's see, I had it there. A good offense starts with a good defense, or something along those lines.
Yeah, if you want to go with that, we'll say that's what you were aiming for. Hey, let's call it like it is. New Washington's not very good, and they're turning the ball over at an alarming rate. They've turned it over 4 times in the first 3.5 minutes of the game, and Valley's got to fight the urge to not, to play to their level and to try to play to their level, to play to a high level that you expect the 18th ranked team in Class 1A to play to. They can coast through this game and beat New Washington anyway, but we want to play as good as we can play the whole game the way we want. So far, not too bad.
And again, Valley defender getting a hand on the pass. Braden Whitaker able to knock that one out of bounds. We saw a lot of deflections today against West Washington, so no question the Hawks active defensively.
We're going to see a few more. New Washington's really struggling to pass back, just struggling to protect the ball. They're putting it right out in front, telegraphing a lot of passes. And Valley, if they can be long and active, should create a lot of turnovers against this team.
Halfway through the opening quarter, Diaz, his cousin, Jesus Diaz, is actually their leading scorer, but he broke his wrist back over a month ago, and as you might have heard Coach May say, he did get cleared, but he needs some practice time and get his legs under him before he's ready to go, so probably not available for this tournament. Out of the corner, this is Fernando Diaz. His pass stolen away by Christian Tucker, who takes it in, runs over a defender, and is called for the offensive foul. He tried that little Euro step, and it was a good job by A.J. Walter to anticipate it, so he just stepped into Christian's path, and Christian called for the offensive foul.
Something that New Washington likely saw on film on a breakaway layup. They think he's going to step left and step right. That's exactly what he did, and he ended up just steamrolling the New Washington defender. Good job by them. That's the first, or rather the second Valley turnover of the night.
And we see Michael Leachman go to his bench. We'll check the new players for the Hawks as, again, Valley applying full court pressure. They break it. They get it ahead to a driving Hunter Miles, and he had a shot swatted out of bounds there by Braden Whitaker.
You don't want to challenge a kid 6 inches bigger than you without protecting the ball better than that. He needed to chin the ball and take it up strong, maybe use the other side of the backboard, didn't, and paid the price.
Off the inbounds, Miles, top of the key, and we're going to get an illegal screen here, called, I think, by a new face in the lineup. No, they're going to put it, I think, on Spencer Ty. So Ty picks up the Mustangs' first foul of the contest. Each team has one. New Washington scored the first basket of the game Since then, it's been all Valley. They have hit 5 field goals and lead now 10-2. Land off the McElfresh screen, cut off on the baseline, tries to lob it down low. It's intercepted by Drake Felker, a 5'10 sophomore, is in the game, and he immediately turns it over as Whitaker steals that. 7 turnovers already for the Mustangs. Carnes at the free throw line, backs it out on the dribble, sends it over on the near side to Cole Cooper, is also in there. Cole, 5'10 junior, off to Whitaker, spots up for a 3. That is too hard, and Felker comes down with the board for the Mustangs. So both teams have gone cold here. Spin move as the shot blocked away. That was Walder's shot. And then the pass stolen back by Walder, and he takes it in and scores.
Valley just sloppy with the basketball there after the block shot. Didn't take care of it in their backcourt. New Washington hanging around, jammed the rebounder. Able to get a quick steal for a bucket. 4th Valley turnover.
Walter has his 4th point. Oh, there is Whitaker wide open, but he had his shot rejected by Bo Giltner. And then the Mustangs turn it over in backcourt. Another unforced turnover. Both teams have had a number of those already.
Whitaker was wide open on the little flash cut. New Washington trying to switch a lot on some of these screens, so he slipped to the rim and got a wide open pass right at the front of the rim. Needed to go up stronger and finish it. Instead, got a shot blocked from behind.
Here is a drive by McElfresh, scoops it up, no good, tries to fight for his own rebound and gets tied up, and the arrow is pointing New Washington's way. So Trenton McElfresh, 5'10 senior, 3.5 points per game. Cole Cooper, 5'10 junior, at 3 a game. And Isaac Carnes in now for the first time, a 5'10 junior, at 2 points per contest. So, like you said, Kevin, I think Michael Leachman will see a lot of combinations, a lot of rotations in this game.
We were good earlier today with this trap with Carnes in the game. Isaac Carnes with his length at the top, I expect. We'll be trying that again, and indeed we are in the 1-3-1 trap.
Problem is, you're playing your second game of the day. That trap expends a lot of energy. Here is Ty out of the corner for 3. In and out. Another offensive rebound by Walder, and he puts it back up and in.
Really no excuses for all the offensive rebounds. That's 4 in the first quarter, and that's keeping New Washington in the game.
10-6 now. Minute 15 to go here in the opening quarter. Cooper right wing up top now to Land. Jackson slides off the McElfresh screen, comes back right, pops a 15-footer, and got the roll.
I'm glad he made it. I'm not sure it was the greatest shot of all time. I think we can get that whenever we want, but a nice soft touch. Got the friendly hometown roll, and Valley scores its 12 points.
That's what I like, soft rim. Jackson with his first 2, 12-6 for Valley. Now Christian Tucker, Ryan Tao, Braden Whitaker all returning. McElfresh, Land, and Carnes, Zach Carnes, to the sidelines. 56 seconds left, opening quarter. A little slower start for Valley than they had today against West Washington. They jumped out 14-4. Nevertheless, they still have a 6-point lead. Valley looking for that trapping pressure, and the ball knocked away. Scramble for the loose ball, and I think we'll have a held ball. That is the case, and the Hawks will get it. So chalk up another turnover here for the Mustangs.
Turnover number 9 for New Washington in what has been a sloppy first quarter, to say the least. The Mustangs don't protect the ball well, and with Valley's length, they're just getting their hands on almost every pass, every possession. They got to pass fake better. They got to be stronger with it.
At the same time, I don't think Valley's taken full advantage. There's a mid-range jumper missed by Ryan Tao, about 15 feet out on the left side. Ty has the rebound, throws it ahead to Miles. He stops out beyond the arc, back over to Ty. Down to the right side to Giltner. He drives it on Tao. Cut off, works it in low to A.J. Walter, who has all 8 of the New Washington points. He's the only one you need to even worry about. He's averaging 12 a game, and he's helping keep the Mustangs close. And there's a 3 try that is no good by Christian Tucker, and a putback try by Braden Whitaker at the buzzer would not go, and that'll do it for the opening quarter of play. At the end of 1, it is 12-8. Valley leads New Washington after 8 minutes on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
Valley's lead 4 after 1. New Washington has had one player score. That's A.J. Walder, their leading scorer on the year at 12 a game. He had all 8. Valley splitting up the scoring a little bit. Whitaker and Thao 4 each, and baskets by Jackson Land and Christian Tucker. Only one foul on each side through the first 8 minutes. And I like games like that where the fouls are low. Skip pass in low to Felker, had it knocked away by Isaac Carnes, but right to Giltner. He'll go down to the corner to Felker, who can hang on to the ball, and it's out of bounds back over to Valley, as the Mustangs have hit double figures now in giveaways, Kevin, but right now Valley is simply not taking advantage of those mistakes.
Low energy effort right here by the Hawks. You'd have to say hard to defend it. We're settling for the easiest shot. The first easy shot we get. We need to not settle for so many jump shots, pound the ball inside to where we have such a gigantic size advantage.
Into the lane goes Ryan Tao, right to the goal, scoops it up and in.
He could have taken a 15-footer there, but he doesn't need to. Take the ball to the rim and score over the top of these 5'8", 5'7" guards that they have. They have nobody to protect the basket. Just take it to the rim if you're Ryan or Hunter or anybody else, or Braden rather, or anybody else.
Right, he could have settled for the mid-range jumper instead took it right to the rim. Isaac Carnes on the drive there by Walter, knocked it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Mustangs here. Spencer Ty back in. He's got it off the inbounds in the corner. Out of the wing now to Miles. Valley showing 2-3 zone right now. They've been switching up their defenses for the most part. We've seen that half-court trapping pressure as well, man-to-man, and that cross-court pass easily intercepted by Ryan Tao, off to Christian Tucker, to Cole Cooper, around now to Braden Whitaker.
Let's just get a high-quality shot in the paint.
There's Tucker, drives, takes it right in, scoops it up for the left hand and in.
That's really all you need to do. Take the ball to the rim and overpower these guys near the paint. They can't do anything about you if you take the ball to the basket with authority.
Trent Seitzinger, Brett Williamson, Jeremy Swafford are officials, and I'll tell you what, Kevin, they're letting them play both ways, but they're still letting them play. And finally, somebody other than A.J. Walder scores for New Washington as Hunter Miles cut to the basket, got the pass, and laid it in to make it 16-10. As a jumper there, that is Ryan Tao from mid-range, so he's doing what he does best from about 15 feet out. He's got 8. And Valley reestablishes an 8-point lead 2 minutes into the second quarter. Out front, Walter hands off now to Mario Diaz. And a 3-try is no good by Fernando Diaz. Long rebound. Here's Tao running the floor. And he almost had it stolen away, and now Valley will lose it. As Ryan heard footsteps coming in from behind, and a good job by Fernando Diaz to deflect that off of Ryan. And out of bounds.
Just needed to chin the ball, pick it up, and find open shooters. No reason to dribble the ball toward the corner there. Valley's 5th turnover. Good hustle by New Washington to come back and back tip the ball out of his hand and off his leg.
Into the front court, Miles. Hands off now to Fernando Diaz. Sends it over on the near side to A.J. Walter. Walter guarded by Carnes. Tries to slide off the screen. Lost it, got it back, put it up, left it short. And the rebound pulled out of there by Whitaker. Now Carnes runs the floor. Takes it right to the hole, scoops it up and in. What a move by Jack Carnes that time. He hesitated at the free throw line and then turned on the afterburners and drove it to the goal for his first 2. And Jonathan May needs timeout once again. 5:13 to go, first half, as the Hawks back to a double-digit advantage on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 20-10. We'll continue with more Blackhawks basketball in just a moment.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
For certified Angus beef steaks served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick with a heated, screened-in patio to make you feel like you're outside. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea for good food all in a legendary atmosphere. It's 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. 5:13 to go first half as the Hawks a little shaky at times here, but they've righted the ship a little bit. They have led by as many as 12. They enjoy a 10-point lead right now as they force Jonathan May to burn his second time out of the game. Out front, Mario Diaz off to Walter, drives down the lane, kicks it down to the corner to Miles. He'll dribble it to the foul line, jump it back off now to Fernando Diaz. Over to Miles once again. Now Mario Diaz on the touch to Miles. Picks up the ball, cross-courts it, anticipating with Zach Carnes. He's on a break to the other end. Scoops up, good! Counted and a foul. What a shot by Zach Carnes. He had a defender draped over him from behind and somehow was able to get that one up over the rim and get it to drop, and they'll have a chance at a three-point play.
I like that he used his right hand in traffic. Zach the lefty, but he used his right hand, twisted in midair, and knocked it in. Good play by Zach.
And the free throw off target, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Ooh, I thought it was off of Giltner, but they're going to give it to New Washington. That was our first free throw of the game, almost 12 minutes in to the contest.
Mike, I know I'm the X and O guy here on this broadcast, and I don't, I understand the New Washington's not very good, but it's interesting to watch them play offensively. They're running the chin offense, which a lot of teams at college run. IU used to run it when Tom Crean was there quite a bit. Michigan runs it, and they're trying to run it, but they're not very good at it.
Oh, Carnes out of control, picked up by Ryan Tao, who takes it in, scoops it up and in. So Ryan did it on one end with a block of Walter's shot, and then as Zach roared it down, he lost the handle, but Ryan was right there to pick it up in front of the rim and lay it in for his 10th point.
You see it's a 2-3 high. They leave a center in the middle to kind of run screens off of, do different things with. They're trying to open up driving lanes that way.
Overshooting the goal on the right side was Giltner. Here come the Hawks as they suddenly lead by 14. Zach Carnes off to Tucker to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper, a beauty. And now the Hawks are starting to assert command here as Christian has his 6th point of the ball game. And it is now 26-10 as the Hawks starting to get the separation they've been looking for. There's a ball knocked away, stolen by Cole Cooper. 2-on-1. He skips it off to Jackson, who takes it in with a left hand. And now it is an 18-point lead as the Hawks are now on a 12-0 run and now are starting to really take control of this basketball game.
The problem when you run the chin, Mike, is that it relies on athletic ability and the individual skills of your people, so you can set up one-on-one drives. And New Washington just doesn't have very much of that, so it's hard for them to score consistently.
Well, A.J. Walder did. He is working hard out there. He back-cut his defender, took the pass, and scores. But on the other end is Christian Tucker from downtown as the Hawks get their first triple of the night. Christian's got 9. So following up his 22-point effort earlier today, and he's almost in double figures here. 31-12, 2.5 to go before intermission. Out of the corner, Miles stolen away by Jackson Land. He's got Ryan Tao trailing, and with a little Euro move, Jackson could not get it to go. Walter, the rebound, roars it back the other way and bumps into Christian Tucker, and Christian is the only one that has committed a foul tonight for Valley, and that's his second.
Good Euro step on the other end, but needed to use the glass once we got in there close. Tried to instead teardrop it. over the front of the rim and had it roll out on him. Kids don't want to use the glass enough, I don't think. One of the lost arts, the inability to use the backboard.
Here's a drive by Felker. Draws a triple team, turns, little jump hook would not go. And the rebound pulled out of there by Whitaker. Hawks have a chance to extend this to 20. Oh, what a little crossover move by Jackson Land. Made the shot tougher than he had to be. Just had to put it up. He tried to reverse layup, couldn't get it to go. Walter back on the other end, spinning, lost control, put it up, and they're going to call him for a traveling violation. Well, that was an acrobatic shot. He actually hit it as he spun around two defenders, and I guess the reason he made it was because he traveled.
16 New Washington turnovers here early in the first half.
What they have in the first quarter?
Had 9 in the first quarter. They've had 7 this quarter.
Here is McElfresh. Drives it on Ty. Scoops it up with the right hand and in.
Well, they clear it out for McElfresh to drive the slower defender in Spencer Ty, who just doesn't have the athletic ability to stay with front of McElfresh going to his right hand, and Trenton knocked it in.
Waldo from behind. Whitaker blocks it. Rebound. Felker back up. It wouldn't go, but the putback is good. That is Bo Kiltner with the rebound. As again, New Washington got 3 cracks at it. 33 to 14, I should say. So Valley's 20-point lead. Momentary, trying to restore it is McElfresh, and he does.
We're just playing horse right now. They back so far off that they're giving us uncontested, wide-open shots. We're getting whatever we want to get against the poorest Mustang defense.
Trenton with his 4th point. There goes Felker down the lane. Missed it. Rebound to Whitaker. He'll wait for traffic to clear. 50 seconds left in the half. Hawks with a 21-point lead. Hand off to Whitaker. Down the lane. Throws it off the glass and in. He drew contact. Again, the officials are just going to let him play. And he still managed to kiss it off the window and in. 6 now for Braden. 37 to 14. Valley's biggest lead last half minute. As again, they allow Walter to go right down uncontested. And he blew the layup. Right down the lane, was right in front of the rim and could not get it to go. As Whitaker to Isaac Carnes, he'll try a 3 out of the corner, and he airballed it. 15 seconds left. As Giltner gets it off now to Walter. Pull-up jumper from the wing, well short. Rebound McElfresh, outlet to Carnes. Isaac, stop-and-go move, leans in. Oh, a lot of contact, no foul, and then back on the other end, Hunter Miles throws up a wild shot. That is no good. So we know these officials, I mean, you've got to send somebody to the hospital to get a foul called. Only 4 fouls in that first half, 2 on each team. But it's the Hawks. They finally used a 12-0 run midway through the second quarter to finally pull away, and they have full control of this one through the first 2 quarters of action. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the Salad Bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink. Call for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard at intermission. It is Springs Valley 37 and New Washington 14. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Basketball.
Colon cancer. It's called the silent killer because it usually has no outward symptoms until it's too late. A colonoscopy is the best way to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paley Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
Back we come to the Hawks Nest in French Lick. We're at halftime where Springs Valley blowing out New Washington 37-14. Hawks only led by 4 after 1, despite the fact that the Mustangs have been error prone. Valley wasn't taking full advantage, and it wasn't until the middle stages of that second quarter they went on a 12-0 run to pull out to an 18-point lead, and since then they've been able to extend it even more, leading by 23 here at the break. Scoring for New Washington, they've only had 3 players score, most of them by A.J. Walter, their leading scorer on the year. He has 5 baskets and a total of 10 points. Hunter Miles and Bo Giltner each have the other field goal. Spencer Ty, Fernando Diaz, who started, and then Mario Diaz and Drake Felker, who played off the bench, have not tallied for New Washington. Only a whistle for 2 fouls in that first half of play. Nobody with more than 1. For Springs Valley, as expected, it has been a very balanced attack. Ryan Tao leading the way. He has got 10, and again showing he can score in a variety of ways. He had a couple of driving layups. He had a putback. He had a couple mid-range jumpers as well. Christian Tucker with 9, as he, one of his 4 field goals, a triple. 6 so far from Braden Whitaker on 3 baskets. Jackson Land, a couple of field goals for 4. Zach Carnes, 2 baskets for 4. And Trenton McElfresh, a couple of buckets for 4. Cole Cooper has played, as has Isaac Carnes, and those 2 have yet to tally. So Ryan Tao again leading a balanced attack, the only one in double figures so far for the Hawks with 10. Christian Tucker called for Valley's only 2 fouls there in that first half. Hawks led 12-8, but they go on a 25-6 second quarter explosion as they're threatening to run New Washington out of the gym. Here at halftime on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, they lead New Washington 37-14. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we return, Kevin Carroll will look at our first half statistics. He'll be along in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
At Springs Valley, the last game of a 4-game set today. We had a beginning of our tournament, which started in the afternoon at 2 o'clock p.m. Shoals defeated Martinsville Tabernacle with a big-time comeback, 54-51. They came back from a 48-40 deficit midway through the fourth quarter. Then West Washington played Springs Valley. The Hawks managed to win that one, 53-37. Paoli defeated Shoals in game number 3, 56-41. And now in the nightcap, Springs Valley with a 37-14 lead over defending regional champion New Washington. Here are the numbers in the first half. First of all, for New Washington, they shoot 7 out of 16. That's a respectable 43.8% from two-point range. 0 for 5, though, from downtown. Overall, they get 21 shots up, make 7. That's 33% shooting. They did not attempt a free throw. So therefore, they're 0 for 0. They did not rebound Valley, 15-12, 6 of those on the offensive end. But the main story in the game, in addition to Valley's very high shooting, which we'll go over in a moment, is New Washington's turnovers. They've coughed it up a whopping 16 times, 9 of them in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. For Springs Valley, well, once they decided to go inside and attack the basket. Things really opened up for them. They struggled early, but really got it going in the second quarter, making 12 out of 15 shots in that quarter. Overall, they're 17 for 23 from two-point range, 73.9%. 1 out of 4 from downtown for 25%. That was a Christian Tucker fast break three-point shot. 18 for 27 total. They shoot 67% in the first half. They took one free throw. They missed it. And they got out-rebounded, as I mentioned, 15 to 12. 2 of those 12 on the offensive end. Of course, when you only miss 9 shots, there won't be all that many offensive rebounds to get. Valley managed to turn it over 5 times. Just one of those, though, in the second quarter, which was probably Valley's most productive and efficient quarter of the year. You add all that up, and you have got a Springs Valley mammoth halftime lead over the New Washington Mustangs, 37 to 14. We'll be back with the second half action in about 90 seconds. You're listening to Springs Valley Basketball on WFLQ French Lick.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
This year, we will lose more people to colon cancer than to breast cancer or prostate cancer. But colon cancer can be prevented. A colonoscopy is the best test to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paoli Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
Season long for Blackhawks basketball. This is Springs Valley senior forward Braden Whitaker. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Blackhawks basketball.
Now for hand-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins that are second to none, homemade soups, and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick for a variety of other menu items, even for the most discriminating appetite. And a tantalizing kids menu. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea for good food, all in a legendary atmosphere. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Ready to begin the third quarter here at the Hawks Nest, the final game of this first day of the Springs Valley Holiday Tourney. Shoals, with a come-from-behind victory over Martinsville Tabernacle, won our first game. Gives the Hawks 53-37 victors over West Washington in Game 2. Paoli was able to knock off Shoals in our third game, 56-41 the final there. And really, I thought the Jugglocks played Paoli fairly tough during stretches of the game. Nice baseline move! Christian Tucker all the way to the rim. Lays it up and in. The Hawks get the ball to start the third quarter, and they cash in as Christian Tucker now leads the Hawks in scoring with 11.
Which our New Washington mother tried to take advantage of Valley not paying attention on the first possession. Went with a little run and jump defense, trying to trap Valley and turn them over. It didn't work. We responded well and got a layup.
Belker loses the ball. Here's Whitaker running the floor. Pull up 12-footer in the lane. Left it short. And the rebound pulled out of there by Giltner. Ahead now to Hunter Miles. He stops, gives it off to Spencer Ty. Back to Belker, who will back it back out. Over to Miles. Now Ty has it on the left side. Back over to Miles again at the point. Backs it out. Clears it away now to Giltner. Now they swing it around to Felker. He drives on Tucker. Cut off. Brings it back out to the wing. Now up top it comes to Giltner. As right now West Washington keeping it along the perimeter. Here is Walter. Drives. Double clutches. Wow. I don't think you can get away with that, but they didn't call it as he took a couple of hop steps and scored. There's Whitaker.
kicks it out of the wing now to Carnes. First basket of the third quarter for the Mustangs as Tucker all the way to the goal, and he had no, Trent Seitzinger probably didn't want to call a foul, but he had no choice because somebody grabbed Christian on his drive, and Christian a little shaken up here, hobbling a little bit, and I think, yeah, he's going to come out here. I don't think it's anything serious, maybe just a little bone bruise or something along those lines. So Cole Cooper will replace him.
I was going to say the critical thing of this second half, obviously you want to play to a high standard and not be sloppy, but you really want to get out of here with everybody fresh and nobody hurt.
Good save there as a tip pass leads to a Valley turnover. Here's Spencer Tye, top of the key. Three-pointer is good.
When Spencer Tye plays well, they say it's a tie game down at New Washington, and that time was the trailer. He knocks one in. Not a tie game, though, in reality, but they are within 20.
2 minutes in, 39-19. In low, Carnes trying to post up. So they had the little people down there. Walter at 5'10", Zach Carnes at 5'9", and they got Walter for reaching across Zach. That'll be his first. And in the first 2:05 of the third quarter, New Washington's been called for as many fouls as they had in the entire first half. They're going to post up Zach again, puts it up off the glass, it spins off the front of the rim, and the rebound pulled out of there by Bo Giltner.
That didn't work, but I love putting Zach inside like that. I think it changes the geometry of the game. I think it hurts the defense later, and he got a really good look. This one he didn't knock in. I'd continue to do that some, not just tonight when he has a strength advantage inside, but some of the time against better, bigger opponents. Put him in there, either use him to score or perhaps even use him as a screener.
On the other end, block shot, Ryan Tao rejecting Mario Diaz's attempt. Couldn't save it from going out of bounds, so the Mustangs keep it. Tye holding, Whitaker defending, takes a couple of dribbles, picks up the ball, hands off now to Giltner. Giltner drives it right. Tried to skip pass in low to Miles, knocked away, and Zach Carnes comes out of there with it. Zach runs the floor, 3-on-3. Down the lane he goes with a little Euro move, left it short. Rebound, Tao back up. He had it partially blocked. Back on the other end, ball knocked free. Miles comes out of there with it, and then he had it knocked away from him and out of bounds. His play really getting sloppy on both sides right now.
Just got to finish better, be stronger inside. He may have gotten fouled, not sure, but Ryan needs to chin the ball there and be stronger with it. Score against contact.
Lob into Walter as he tries to drive. Jackson Land tried to get over and cut him off and picks up the foul. That is his first on the Hawks here in the half. Almost 3 minutes into the third quarter. Valley led by 23 at halftime. They have a 20-point lead as Walter into the lane. Pull-up 5-footer would not go, and this time it is Jackson Land to corral the rebound. Ahead now to Carnes. Sack into the front court. Backs it back out. Clears it away now to Land. Right side pass to Cooper. Oh, looking for a cutting Whitaker. Now they post up, Braden.
Nice.
Weak side pass to Ryan Tao. Blew the layup. My goodness. Another missed layup. And then Jackson Land knocks the ball away from Mario Diaz as he was bringing the ball up court.
Mike, not enough teams use their post players as passers. That's something that Valley's offense is set up to do. They got him right there, Whitaker, in the mid-post. And when you do that, that guy's very dangerous as a passer if you have your team set up to do that. Ryan Tao on the backside went backdoor when his man looked in, peeked in to see what Whitaker was going to do. Tao cut to the rim. Good offense by Valley, but you got to convert it.
Miles out of the right corner misses the three, and there's Zach Carnes for the rebound. Had it taken away, picked up by Mario Diaz. His three would not go, and this time it is Miles that runs the ball down. So despite a small New Washington team, they are out-rebounding Valley and getting a lot of second, third shot opportunities. The problem is they keep turning it over like they did there. Oh, what a feed! Jackson Land to a cutting Cole Cooper down the lane for the layup. Jackson underneath the basket, couldn't get a shot off, but he saw Cole Cooper coming down the lane, and he got it to the junior who got his first basket, and the Hawks by 22 now at 41-19. Miles into the lane, kicks it down to the corner to Walter, kicks it out to Tye. He'll launch another three that rattles out. Rebound to Walter, and Cole Cooper undercuts him and is going to get nailed on the foul. And now Cole laying down on the floor in obvious pain here.
Impressive hops by Walter to Sky up into the air. Cooper actually had inside position, however. Walter to Sky right up above him. I agree they didn't call a foul on Walter. I don't think it was a foul. I think he just got up so high over the top of Cooper that
I agree.
He didn't touch him. And Valley's going to take a quick timeout.
It'll be a 30-second timeout with 3:32 remaining here in the third quarter. And on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, Hawks by 22 at 41-19. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Well, the schedule for tomorrow in the opening game at 10:30, Paoli will take on Martinsville Tabernacle. Then that will wrap up Pool B. Then in Pool A, the final game there, the two Washingtons, West and New, take on each other. And then we'll start the crossover play at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with the 5th and 6th game, then the 3rd and 4th game, and ultimately the championship. Valley trying to get into that championship. Felker had the ball knocked away. Jackson Ladd ahead to Zach Carnes, who takes it in, and Valley missed yet another layup. My goodness, this is getting contagious right now as the Hawks can't get point-blank shots to go. Here is Fernando Diaz back in there, skips it off now to Zach Bauer, who's checked in for the first time for New Washington. He's a 5'11 junior, averaging less than a point a game. Picking up the dribble is Fernando Diaz, looking to get rid of it. Almost a 5-second count. Ball knocked free from Mario Diaz. McElfresh the steal. Here's Whitaker. Stop and go move. Drives into the lane, and they'll call the blocking foul here. And they're going to get Bauer on this personal foul. Well, that time, they should have let it go because Braden hit the basket. Never fails, does it?
I was afraid a little bit when you mentioned Zach Bauer coming in the game. I had flashes of terrorism and everything else going on 24, but then I realized it's Jack Bauer, the famous character on the Fox show, not Zach Bauer.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Never watched that show?
No.
One of the great shows of our time. Keeper Sutherland fighting terrorists. Managed to drive across town in like 2 minutes' time.
Criminal Minds and Law and Order. Those are the two best. And almost a steal.
I like a little Law and Order from time to time.
Yeah. Isaac Carnes back in there. So both Carnes in there now for the Hawks. So is Jackson Land, McElfresh, and Braden, who catches it, puts it up to the left hand. Good! It'll count. And a foul.
When you watch it, it's like a bunch of gnats right there attacking a picnic basket as Whitaker's so much bigger than everybody. They just came in and attack him. Everybody fouled him on that play. He managed to overpower all of them and put him in with his left hand. A chance to earn the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Fernando Diaz, the foul, and Braden hits the free throw to complete the three-point play. He's got 9, and the Hawks with their biggest lead, 44-19, 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Walter out front between the circles, clears it away on the near side to Fernando Diaz, to Miles, back to Fernando Diaz, who will pump a three-pointer, missed everything. Rebound grab by Zach Carnes. He'll push it up quickly. Takes it to the right side, off now to Whitaker. Thought about the three. They're looking to post up McElfresh.
Well, he's in the lane a long
Get out of there! And he finally does. They kick it off now to Carnes, right wing. Zach looking for a cutting Isaac Carnes, goes into him. He can't come up with a pass. And the ball back to New Washington.
That's really on Isaac. He's got to go up stronger with two hands there and catch that one.
And throwing one up with the right hand is Drake Felker, and in. That ends a 5-0 run. Felker with his first two, 44-21. Little crossover move. Jackson Land down to the corner to Isaac Carnes. Cut off on the baseline. Throws it out to McElfresh on the wing. To Carnes around to the right side. Braden Whitaker looking for a cutting Isaac Carnes. Instead, we'll go in low to Jackson Land, who tries to muscle one up. Couldn't get it to go. Boy, it's amazing how many short shots the Hawks have been unable to convert.
Got to go up stronger and keep our balance better. We're getting bumped a bit, and we're not able to finish through the contact.
Right.
I'm sure the coaches are going to talk about that. Part of its concentration level, though, was up 23 points. Just the mental alertness and awareness not all the way there.
Under a minute to go, third quarter. Valley by 23. They've led by as many as 25. And they're going to call that a tip. The ball went into the back court. Jackson Landville asked to touch it. Felker's got it. Hands off to Miles. Sends it left side to Walter. Back top of the key to Miles. Fakes. Drives it on McElfresh. Skips it down to the corner to Fernando Diaz. Back on the wing to Miles. High post to Giltner. He turns around. He looks. He leans in. He throws up a wild shot. No good. Rebound to land off now to Isaac Carnes. And the Hawks should play for the final shot of this third quarter, leading by 23. That was their lead they enjoyed at halftime. They've won every quarter so far today, the first 6, so they need to score here to win this quarter, otherwise it'll be a tie. Here's Zach out front, drives it on Diaz. Underneath a wide open McElfresh, who leaves it up and in. Good job by Zach there to lull the defense to sleep, and then a no-look pass to Trenton, who's got 6. And the Hawks with a 25-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. 46-21, all Hawks here this evening. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Christian Tucker. Now back to more Blackhawk basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
With Kevin Terrell and our statistician Stevie McNew, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where Valley cruising once again. They rolled over West Washington earlier today by 16, and they have built themselves a 25-point lead, although I think probably if you were to poll each player here, Kevin might say that they could probably play even better in this game, but we'll take it for now. Here is Walter as New Washington gets it to start the fourth quarter. They're in blue. Almost a steal. Good hustle there by Trenton McElfresh. He could not save the ball from going out of bounds. The Mustangs in blue, Valley in their home white uniforms. Black letters, gold numbers, and gold trim. There's a slant drive by Walter. Top of the key to another new face in there. That is Isaiah Bogan, who missed the 3. Here's a run out. Christian Tucker takes it in, puts it up, missed it. Wow. I think his foot kind of slipped. I'm surprised he wasn't called for a traveling violation. Now here's a bad pass. Goes into the backcourt. That's an over and back. Yep.
Christian needs to go in there and shoot that right-handed. Missed a layup in their earlier game today, but not going strong with his right hand, and missed that one too. If he'd have kept going, just shot a normal right-hand layup, he has 2 more points.
I'd say the Hawks have at least, Kevin, missed a half dozen layups tonight.
Yeah, our shot chart not overly pretty, although we're shooting 66% on the night, so you can't complain too much.
Nice little up and under move as Trenton McElfresh to the goal. Banks home a little 5-footer from the left side. He's got 8 as the Hawks continuing to pull away from an outmanned New Washington team who is well on their way to their 9th loss and their 8th consecutive defeat. Bogan works it around now to Bauer. Bauer drives it to the foul line, takes it in on Carnes, puts up the 10-footer, missed it. Another offensive rebound. Off it comes to Walter. His shot spins out. Rebound grabbed by Ryan Tao. 6:38 left. Hawks by 27, their biggest lead. McElfresh right side, up top to Tucker, misses or fakes the 3 and then takes it down the lane and rolls one up and in.
Now there he switched his hands and went to the right hand and made it. That's what he's got to do on that fast break breakaway. Nice move by Christian, who they cannot stop if he puts his head down and goes to the rim.
He's got 13, 50-21 as Bogan all the way down the lane, scoops it up with the left hand, couldn't get it to go. And Whitaker the rebound to Tucker, quickly into the front court. It is batted away and stolen by Bauer. Here's Walter, taking it back the other way for New Washington. Picks up the dribble, cross-courts it now to Miles out beyond the arc. Now they swing it down to the corner to Bogan, and he's called for a double dribble. He caught the pass by bouncing the ball to the floor, and then he put it on the floor once again. And now I think the evening is done for a number of Valley players here, as we will see some new faces, as Michael Leachman clearing his bench early, as he will send in Connor Nelson, a 5'9 sophomore. Also, Ammon Acuff checks into the lineup now for the first time, a 5'11 sophomore. And LaShawn Tutt, a 5'8 junior. Here is Nelson, works it up top now to Carnes. These are the first varsity appearances for Acuff and Nelson. Ammon to the baseline, puts it up, no good, as he lost the ball going up, and New Washington comes out of there with it. Chance here for some Hawks to get their first career varsity points. Bogan open for a triple. Would not go. Rebound grabbed by McElfresh. So in addition to those three I just mentioned, it's Trenton along with Isaac Carnes. So Valley with their bench. There goes McElfresh to the goal. Double clutches, scoops it up and in. Another great move by Trenton McElfresh. He's in double figures now with 10. 52-21. The Hawks are on an 8-0 run, and changing that is A.J. Walter with his 14th point of the contest to make it 52-23, and now a 30-second timeout called here by Michael Leachman with 4:51 remaining in this final quarter. All Valley here tonight. They lead by 29 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. For certified Angus beef steaks served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. With a heated, screened-in patio to make sure you feel like you're outside, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, 33 Brick Street, downtown French Lick. I think Michael Leachman just wanted to make sure his subs are all on the same page, and they'll run the correct sets, with the exception of McElfresh. All these guys out here are underclassmen. Nelson and Acuff sophomores. Carnes and Tutt are juniors. Isaac's got it out front, off now to Tutt. LaShawn drives it left, comes up top now to Isaac Carnes. He drives it to the top of the circle, works it around, tried to go to Tutt, stolen away by Bogan, who takes it in. He had it knocked away. He gets it back, throws it on the weak side to Mario Diaz, who puts it up and in. Mario Diaz has his first two. 52-25 Hawks, 4:20 remaining. Acuff deep on the right side, out to the wing, cross-courts it now to McElfresh. He turns, he drives it into lane, pull-up jumper a little bit too hard, and Walter out of there with it. He'll run the floor back the other way. Stop, pitches a pass off to Giltner. Now Bauer will take a three-pointer. It would not go, and another rebound for McElfresh.
See if we can run our half-court offense and get a little bit better quality shot than we've gotten in the last few possessions. A couple of those have been forced.
Cut off, works it around now to Nelson. Over to Isaac Carnes. Top of the key now, Connor Nelson slides off the screen, and they're going to call Trenton for an illegal pick. That'll be his first. Just the third team foul. In fact, we have had, Kevin, just 11 total fouls in the game tonight, and we have had 2 free throws shot so far in 28 minutes. And that makes the game move along a little faster.
And indeed it does. Trent Seitzinger with the whistle. He's going to give Jonathan May a timeout. It appears to be a full.
It is. It comes with 3:41 remaining in this one. Hawks big lead over New Washington, 52-25 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We'll continue with more Blackhawks basketball when we return.
You need gadgets. For that one-stop shopping destination for routers, flash drives, cables, smartphones, TVs, and more, search no longer. Our technology-powered by Smithville store is conveniently located in downtown French Lick at 505 South Maple Street. If you prefer to shop online, browse our online store at smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech. Getting what you need is just a click away. That's smithville.tech.
Further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Campbellton along with Kevin Carroll here at the Hawks Nest, completing the first day of the Valley Holiday Tourney. Winners today, Shoals over Martinsville Tabernacle, Valley over West Washington, Paoli over Shoals, and now Hawks well on their way to going 2-0 and will earn a trip into the championship game of their own tourney here tomorrow night at 7:30. Hook pass in low to Acuff, baseline to Carnes. Isaac the only one in there. Here is LaShawn Tutt, works it on the wing now to Nelson. Over now, Acuff has got it deep on the right wing. Up top to Isaac. He dribbled it off his foot, but Acuff there to pick it up for him. Off now to Isaac. He drives to the baseline, sealed off there. Back to Acuff as they swing it around now. In low it goes to Carnes. Weak side pass to Trenton McElfresh, who puts it up off the glass and got it.
Another nice pass by Isaac, and again, good things happen when you get the ball to the low post for Valley. When you use that low post player as a passer, not as a scorer, you can get high-quality shots for other people. See a lot of NBA teams try to do that, and Valley doing it well here in this game. Nice pass by Carnes.
Felker drives in out of control, missed it. Rebound Acuff. They've got Carnes down court. Remember, Isaac had 4 dunks in that Medora game. I'm sure he'd like a breakaway if he could here and a chance to slam it. Here's Tutt out front, 2:20 to go. Drives right, lost the handle, picks it up, hands off now to Acuff. Hammond down the lane, throws up the runner, too hard. Rebound tipped out to Tutt. He'll pull up from 10. It wouldn't go. And the rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will belong to West Washington. While we have this chance with 2:07 to go, another shout-out to our good friend across the way, Danny Weichert, our Springs Valley's #1 fan, as we give a wave to him. 2 minutes left. Valley about to go 8-1 on the season. In low, it is Diaz, that is Mario Diaz, and he gets tied up, and the arrow is pointing Springs Valley's way.
25th turnover of the night on New Washington. They have more turnovers, or just as many turnovers as points.
Wow.
That's not a good formula for success, explaining why they have only 1 win on the year. It's going to be a long year for them, as they can, much like West Washington, they're going to have to continue to grow physically. They're very small. They're going to have to take their lumps for a year or two until they can get built back up.
Absolutely. And Isaac Carnes tried to lob it in low to LaShawn Tutt, but the pass about 5 feet over his head.
That would have had to have been Shaquille O'Neal to come up with that pass. It was well over his head. That is the 12th Valley turnover.
Well, the last game for New Washington was a 60-25 loss to Jacksonville, and I thought surely, we'll get to it in a moment, as McElfresh with the steal and the coast-to-coast lay-in. Trenton cleaning up. He's got 14 now in the ball game as the ball knocked out of bounds. I was going to say...
Threw it out of bounds.
No, they did throw it out of bounds, right. But Jacksonville, they've been a basketball powerhouse for the boys, but I noticed they weren't ranked, so maybe they're in a rebuilding mode as well. So they're probably still good, maybe just not ranked. Valley ranked 18th this week. Feed in low. Can Ammon get it? No. And a whistle. And they are going to give 2 to somebody here. Is it LaShawn or is it going to be Ammon? I guess it will be Acuff. So Ammon will get a chance here. The foul on Isaiah Bogan. That'll be his first. And as we see so many times, chance to get your first varsity points at the foul line, and there it is.
That's something he'll remember, and his family will remember forever.
You got it.
A free throw against New Washington to break the ice. The first of many points to come in his varsity career.
And make it 2. He hits them both. 58-25 now. Under a minute to go. Valley has a chance to hold New Washington without a free throw. Steal. Here is Connor Nelson, and he'll have a chance to get his first varsity points if he can convert either free throw, as a bad pass leading to McElfresh throwing ahead to Connor. He has looked strong in JV play, so earning a shot here on the varsity. And let's see if he can cash in. First free throw on the way, and it is no good.
A little bit long there. The nerves maybe got a bit to him. We'll see if he can soften it up a bit. on effort number 2.
On its way, and he got it. So 2 guys with their first varsity points tonight. Connor Nelson and Amaneka. 59-25, 45 seconds to go. Pull-up jumper bouncing around the rim, no good. Felker the rebound back up, and good. And he's got 4. That ends a 7-0 run by Valley. 59-27, coming up on a half-minute remaining. So Paoli beats Tabernacle tomorrow. It'll be the Rams and Hawks tomorrow for the championship. And now LaShawn Tutt gets into the scoring column as he powers his way in from the left side and puts it off the window and in. So everybody has scored tonight except for Isaac Carnes. 14 seconds to go. Here's Bauer, poked away, lost it, tipped away again, and saved by Nelson into Tutt. 6 seconds to go, and it gets ahead to Isaac. Couldn't come up with it. And that'll do it as the final seconds will run out. And it is an easy victory here tonight in this final game for the Springs Valley Blackhawks. Taking advantage of a new Washington team that is in a rebuilding mode. Hawks got off to a bit of a slow start, only led by 4 at halftime, but they cruise here tonight. More importantly, they give some of their starters some much-needed rest. And they will be the one that only has to play 1 game tomorrow, the Rams, if they do indeed defeat Martinsville Tabernacle, and they'll be a prohibitive favorite in that one, looking for that matchup in the championship game tomorrow night. But here the Hawks make it 8-1 on the season as they hammer the New Washington Mustangs here tonight, using a 12-0 run of the second quarter to pull away from the Mustangs and win handily here tonight by 34. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 61, the New Washington Mustangs 27. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Colon cancer. It's called the silent killer because it usually has no outward symptoms until it's too late. A colonoscopy is the best way to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paley Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Cole Cooper, and you're listening to Blackhawk Basketball on Q100.
Back we come to Springs Valley High School, where the Blackhawks have just put the finishing touches on a 34-point rout of New Washington. 61-27 the final count. Kind of a slow start for the Hawks, as they didn't fully take advantage of a number of Mustang turnovers in this contest, but once we got to the second quarter, the Hawks got in gear, took charge, and from then on, the rout was on as the Hawks improved to 8-1 on the year, 6-1 here on their home floor, and they have filled one half of the championship contest, and they will wait for Paoli, assuming they were a winner earlier tonight over Shoals by 15, and assuming that they are successful against Martinsville Tabernacle, the two Orange County squads will duke it out in what I'm going to call Springs Valley Paoli 1.
Let me tell you what.
They'll be meeting again in 3 weeks.
If it doesn't turn out that Paoli beats Tabernacle in the morning, I'm going to walk home tomorrow night.
Okay.
If I get here and find out we're not playing Paoli because Tabernacle beat them, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to walk Springs Valley to Bedford tomorrow night because Paoli's going to beat Tabernacle. It will be Valley and Paoli tomorrow night. I would pretty much guarantee it.
I'll
And that's going to be one heck of a battle between two really good teams. Paoli undefeated, ranked in 2A. Valley with just one loss. Should be a lot of fun.
There's a stomach bug going around. You never know. Half the Paoli team could catch it. I hope not. I'm not saying I want them to, but
I don't even think it matters. I really don't. If they can just scrounge up 5 guys to play, I think they'll be all right, and they might even be able to do it with 4. Tabernacle not particularly impressive to me. I was surprised that Shoals, who I thought would beat them pretty handily, struggled with them. In fact, had to come from behind late in the game to do it, but Paoli's not going to have any trouble with Tabernacle tomorrow. Let's call it the way it is. So it'll be Paoli and Valley tomorrow night, and even though I love it when people listen, bring your radios. Hopefully you got some stuff for Christmas, some headsets. Bring them with you and come to the game because that should be one heck of an atmosphere. Paoli, undefeated, trying to stay that way. They're off to one of their, signature starts, best start they've had under Dusty Cole. Springs Valley obviously the best start they've had in over 40 years, looking to play for a trophy. When you have a chance to play for a title on your home floor, that's a special moment. That should be a lot of fun here tomorrow night. I expect and hope for a really, really big crowd.
Well, let's check the scoring in this game here tonight, won by the Hawks on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 61-27. The Mustangs are now 1-9 on the year. They've now dropped their last 8, as their only win came in the second game of the season. Now 1-4 away from home. And by the way, Valley remains perfect all time against the Mustangs now at 6-0. Just one player in double figures, that was A.J. Walter, their leading scorer on the year at 12 a game, and he was able to exceed that by 2. He finishes with 14, but not much help after that. Drake Felker had 4 points off the bench for New Wash. They got 3 points on a 3-point field goal, the only one of the game for the Mustangs by Spencer Ty, and then 2 points each from Bo Giltner, Hunter Miles, and Mario Diaz off the bench. Fernando Diaz, who started, Zach Bauer, and Isaiah Bogan, who played off the bench, did not score. For Valley now 8-1 on the year. This was only the second time they've ever played New Washington here on the home floor, and by virtue of the fact that they're 6-0 all time, they're now 2-0 here, 6-1 overall, as they deliver for Michael Leachman his 22nd victory as a Blackhawk coach. Again, balance the key. Off the bench, Trenton McElfresh, he had a big night as he played with the reserves there in that fourth quarter, and the senior scoring 8 of his game-high or game-tying high 14 points in that final quarter. But unlike A.J. Walter, Trenton's teammates were there to help considerably. 13 out of Christian Tucker. 10 more from Ryan Tao. Braden Whitaker chipped in with 9. Jackson Land and Zach Carnes, 4 each. 2 more from Cole Cooper and Ammon Acuff, who got his first ever varsity points. LaShawn Tutt, his first ever, or excuse me, not his first ever, but he got 2 points tonight. And Connor Nelson hit 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Only Isaac Carnes, who played in the game for the Hawks, did not tally for Valley here tonight. Well, let's bring in head coach Michael Leitzman. And, Coach, not quite the start that you got today against West Washington. It kind of took to the second quarter, but, again, once everybody got into the gear, you guys were pretty much off to the races.
Yeah, I thought we came out a little flat this game, and West Washington was complete opposite. I thought we got off to a really good start. I just think I don't want to make excuses for our guys, because no excuses. Anytime you step on that court, you've got to be ready to go and give it your all. But I think it's been a weird 2 weeks for us. We've had 12 days off. We've had a lot of guys in and out of practice. I don't think we haven't had one practice all break where we've had a full 21 kids here, because we've had so many sicknesses. I think along with that and just playing a game earlier, I think you kind of saw a mixture of all that first couple quarters of that game, really. I thought the second half we did things a lot better. We stuck to the basics down here. We did what we were supposed to do on defense, and I thought we did a much better job. But that first half, the way we played, we were fortunate to even have a lead. They dominated us on the glass. They pretty much got everything they wanted. They missed a couple easy shots. So the second half, though, I thought we did a lot better and responded a lot better.
Is it important, though, that you cash in off other teams' turnovers? And it didn't seem like really until midway through that second quarter you were really able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can turn defense into offense, that's a boost for you guys, or for our guys, and it's great for us. But at least we're turning teams over. That's step one of the equation, is turning the teams over. So I thought we did a good job of getting them passing lanes today, and we were able to turn New Washington over just by playing good sound defense, hand in the passing lane. They beat us on a couple of back doors. We were in good position. We just didn't snap our head and see the ball. But we'll cash those in. I think we weren't up to our normal self. Both games, I feel like.
By the way, Kevin, I couldn't spit it out earlier, but a good offense starts with a good defense.
Is that what you were going for?
That's what I was going for. It didn't quite come out that way, but at any rate, you can expound on that.
Well, I think with our defense, I think the note I made was we're getting deflections and steals coming outside the man. That's a real key to defense, getting our hands up higher, getting hands on balls that people try to make air passes over the top of us. We're no longer, at least in these two games today against these opponents, no longer reaching in a lot, no longer trying to get, we're patient enough defensively to wait till a steal opportunity comes rather than gamble. I didn't see a lot of bad gambles out there. And your team continues to improve. It's in fits and starts somewhat offensively, but for the most part, when you take good shots and get the ball inside, you're being very efficient. It seemed like you missed a lot of shots in this game, but you actually didn't. You were inside. You were shooting, in the mid-60s both games today. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, that's great. Anytime you can shoot that above a field goal percentage, that's good things are going to happen. But you hit on it. We just can't settle. I think we're a good three-point shooting team, but we can't live and die from it. We've got to get to the basket. We've got to get to the paint, and that's the best time to shoot a three anyways, when it's went inside and then kicked back out. So we got to, keep emphasizing that every day. But I thought we did a good job attacking the basket. I felt like we missed a couple easy ones. That's probably why we felt like we missed so many shots. But, for the most part, I thought we did a really good job of doing what we wanted to do. And at the end of the day, our goal was to come in here today and get 2 wins. And we were able to do that. And that's for the first time, I think, in 6 years we posted this, we're in the championship game. So, and West Washington, is a team that has won it the last 2 years. So we were able to knock them, win that first game, and then took care of business this game. So we are where we want to be. I don't think we played perfect basketball by any means, and I think we'll play a lot better tomorrow.
Nice to see the worm turn a little bit. Those are two teams that both made it to the regional last year, West Washington, New Washington. New Washington, in fact, won it before they lost to the eventual state champion. So they know what success is like. They're having to rebuild. You've been in those spots when you're just physically overmatched. Nice to be on the other end of that for a change, I'm sure.
Yeah, and when teams can see that success and that tournament success that these two programs have seen with New Washington and West Washington, that it puts your kids at all grade levels in the right mindset. It puts them in the right culture. So with any of those teams, you've got to make sure you win the game. You can't rely on them giving you the game, because they've seen success, they know success, their coaches have had success, so they're going to be ready to compete the best they can, and they're going to be ready to play basketball the right way. Whenever you have two programs like that, you've got to make sure you go in and take care of business, because I thought we were a little better than both those teams today, but the better team doesn't always win, and you've got to play on the court.
All right, everything came up Millhouse today, as they used to say on The Simpsons. smooth running? I assume you got out of here with nobody hurt, nobody banged up too bad. Everybody should be full go tomorrow.
We had a couple guys banged up there in the third quarter, but I think they're both going to be all right.
Okay, should be good to go.
They'll play regardless.
I have no doubt. Obviously, we can't look too far ahead because we don't know for sure who the opponent is going to be, or at least you can't, but I'm in the media, so I can. Did you get to take a look at Paoli's first game at Good Shoals, and I assume you've seen them prior to today?
Yeah, we've seen all Paoli's games, but we did watch them against Shoals, and Shoals is a really good ball club too. You know, so I thought that was a really good game, and you know, Paoli, they get after it. You know, we have to play our basketball. You know, it's so easy to fall into playing the other team's style and the other team's way, but we got to play our basketball. And you know, Paoli's a really good team. I anticipate them winning tomorrow. I think we're a really good team, and we took care of business today. So I think it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter who we play. If they do get upset tomorrow morning, you know, Shoals is another good basketball team. So it doesn't matter who we play tomorrow. We've got to make sure that we play, you know, our basketball and a better version of ourselves. You know, each and every night we got to keep improving on our style of basketball, and no matter who our competition. I always tell them all the time, you know, we're not playing West Washington, we're not playing New Washington, we're not playing Paoli. We're playing the game of basketball, and you got to play the game of basketball right every time you step inside those lines.
Coach, I want to bring up two more points from today's play. The first one is how much your balanced scoring impresses me. Other than Christian's 22 today, you had 5 other guys between 5 and 7 points, and then tonight 14, 13, 10, 9. So again, when you can distribute the wealth evenly like that certainly makes this team all the more tougher to stop.
Yeah, I think we have the guys. I think we have the talent to have that balance, and the good thing is we have guys that are unselfish and that want to share the basketball and want to make plays for teammates. That allows us to have that balance. So that's a two-way street. You got to have the players that can score it, and you got to have the players that are willing to give it up. And we have both that, and that's one really fun thing about this team.
The last point I want to bring up, if you look down here, New Washington 0 for 0 at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, that's a good job on our part, not bailing players out when they drive. But at the same time, I watched the game, and I know a lot of it was we didn't really contest everything. Yeah, and we did a great job. We didn't do a great job of contesting all their layups either. So that's probably part of the 0 for 0. And the other part is we did a pretty good job of going straight up. I think we finally got into their minds and heads that we're not shot blockers. You know, you got to walk into them with your chest, get your arms up in the air, and just contest the shot. Don't try to. I say that, but Braden had a couple blocks there, and somebody else had a couple blocks that quarter. But for the most part, we're doing a really good job of playing straight up and making them shoot over us.
Well, the good news is since you can probably set up the pairings for your own holiday tourney, you'll make Paoli play tomorrow if it is indeed that you play Paoli. It still may not be, depending on how it goes, but certainly not playing till 7:30 tonight gives the kids a little extra rest. Yeah,
I think that's going to be good for us. You know, we've had a lot of guys sick and a lot of guys kind of banged up a little bit, so I think a full day's rest will be nice for us. But at the same time, Paoli's playing at 10:30 game. We also played in the 10:30 game last year, and I thought we played really good the night game against Lanesville in the consolation game last year. So sometimes that morning game is good for you. You know, you get your legs underneath you and kind of get your feel for the game ready and stuff. So it could go either way.
How are you going to handle the walkthrough tomorrow? Or are you going to have a walkthrough tomorrow? And if you are, roughly about what time are you going to have it?
We're going to go in the afternoon. We're going to kind of have a practice. We're going to put their practice jerseys on. We're going to lace them up, and we're going to kind of, not full out 120, 110%, but we're going to have a good little practice. We've got the JV guys coming in, and we're going to get some work in. We're going to walk through some things, but we're not just going to walk through. You're going to get a sweat. People are going to tape it up. Yep. Kind of get us loose. Kind of get us ready. Because sometimes we do a walkthrough and we really just walk through it, and I don't think we get anything out of it. So I think if we go a little full speed here and there, and that's part of the challenge of this event. Because normally you might have it earlier in the day on Saturday, or you might have it later in the day. 5 o'clock or sometime 4 o'clock, sometime like that before the JV game. So now you'll have it sometime early afternoon, I assume. Yeah, we're going to have it after you found out. Yeah, and see who we play. Who's going to play, and that'll affect, what you're walking through eventually. That's a little bit different. Is that going to be a concern of all as you guys try to sleep tonight, or are you going to sleep fine knowing that? I think we'll be all right. I mean, this group that we have, they adjust to pretty much anything, and they'll be all right with that. But, I think they deserve to sleep in. We've had some early morning 7 a.m. practices all Christmas break, so they deserve to sleep in a little bit. And then as long as we get a good run in, in the afternoon walk-through practice time, I think we'll be fine.
Somewhere my son just shivered real bad when he heard that 7 a.m. practice.
Yeah, they don't like those very well.
No, and I imagine your kids don't as well. But, hey, that's part of the discipline that you had to have, and that's one of the reasons why you're highly ranked, 8-1, and rolling.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Coach, thanks for the visit. Congratulations on the 2 wins today. Can't wait till tomorrow night when you tip it off for the championship.
Yep, it'll be fun. Thank you, guys.
All righty. That is Michael Leitzman, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the ball game. Let's get a couple of the guys that had a lot to do with the win today, a pair of seniors. We'll start with center Ryan Tao, 10 points in the game here tonight. And Ryan, how are the legs feeling after 2 games today?
A little bit tired. That 3 black really got in there.
But you opened up finally a big lead there on New Washington, so it's always fun when you can put some of the other guys in and watch them. And I know you were cheering on especially Connor and Ammon, who got their first career varsity points here tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun watching the little guys get in. Always good fun to watch them score.
Didn't get off to quite as good a start tonight against New Washington as you did against West Washington. Were you still kind of feeling the effects, or tell us the mindset coming into tonight?
Yeah, I think we were all a little bit tired after the first game. We really tried hard, and we just weren't prepared, I think. Like we were underestimating them, I guess.
Well, again, we've talked about this so many times. Your mid-range jumper, you have been accurate more often than not, but I know you're trying to develop more ways to score, and we saw some driving layups. I think you had a putback tonight as well. So just talk about some of the things you're trying to do individually to make yourself better.
Oh, I'm trying to drive a lot more. In the past, I've been pretty much a pure shooter, like just only shooting, and I'm trying to get to the basket a lot more, get some free throws.
And you'll need to do that because as we play better teams, the schedule gets a little bit harder. I'm sure it will be tomorrow night. Teams like Paoli and some of the teams in the future are going to take away that elbow jumper, a little 15-foot jumper that you excel at. Eventually these teams are going to make you put it on the deck and force you to your offhand. You'll have to have a little bit more ingredients in the mix, I guess, to score against some of those guys.
Definitely. That's what I'm working on.
Now, you've been a kid who, I've praised the coaching staff and others on the air about your game because you've really developed as you've gone along in your career. You went, from a skinny freshman to now you're kind of a skinny upperclassman, I guess, but still, you've really improved your individual game. Who do you give the credit of that to other than yourself? Because obviously you've worked hard, all those hours in the gym shooting by yourself or with whoever, but who else has worked with you? Who else do you give credit to show the rapid improvement that you've had?
Definitely my parents and Mr. Zeller.
Yes, you've been for those that don't know, you're a distinction guy.
Yeah.
So you've been to the Zeller camps quite a bit. I want to give them a little bit of love on the air. And, there are a lot of kids around the county and around southern Indiana going to those Zeller camps, including my son. So I want to give this little shout out to them. What's some of the things they've worked? I know I mentioned with your free throw form the other day, which is really, really good. I know they worked with you on that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They taught me how to shoot. They taught me how to drive. They taught me pretty much everything about basketball.
Did you borrow any money from them? Because I think they're kind of doing okay there with several kids playing in the NBA 3. In fact, sure. 2 now. Mm-hmm. But not too bad role models. Those guys,
nope.
Excellent players. Took Washington all the way, all the way to hang banners. Maybe you guys could. I don't know if you're at the hanging banner level yet, but you can definitely get a trophy tomorrow night if you can figure out a way to beat who we anticipate will be Paoli. Got to look forward to playing the Rams.
Oh, yeah. Good game every time.
Well, the main thing is, Ryan, good to get back. 12 days off, so that'll be the longest break you have the rest of the year, unless we get 20 feet of snow and we're snowed in for 2 weeks or something like that. But good to be back, and I'm sure you're going to take the most, a chance to play in the championship game of our own tourney, and I know you guys want to make the most of that opportunity.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely looking to win this thing.
All right. Congratulations. Another terrific effort, young man. Keep up the good work. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Ryan Tao, the senior on this Springs Valley team, as the Hawks win it handily here tonight by a final count of 61-27. as we let Trenton McElfresh get things set up here. Well, I'll tell you what, you are challenging me. These are some playground moves that we're seeing out there on the floor, so you're making me have to really describe those, whether it's a Euro move, a little up and under, a double clutch, whatever it is. You're starting to pull those out of your repertoire. Where are they coming from?
I mean, I'd say I'd always had them. I don't know, Coach told me to score, so I started scoring.
Whatever way you can to get it done, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Took the team a little while to get going tonight here, but finally got everything in gear. And you guys never pushed the panic button or anything. I mean, you knew that West Washington's been struggling a little bit, so it was just a matter of time before everything started clicking.
Yeah. Coach got us settled down after a second. I think we just came out and our shots weren't falling. It was affecting us on the other end, really, but we got it clicking once again, and then everything started going our way.
Do you remember those days when you were the team that was physically overmatched, physically weak, skinnier, smaller than everyone, and it just the struggle because all these, we took some real beatings there for a while throughout the years. I'm not sure how many of those you were a part of, but we took some, and now does it feel good to be on the other end of that?
Oh, yeah, especially considering you come up, and it was a challenge the first couple of years being smaller than everybody. I'm always smaller than everyone playing forward at my height, and I don't know, it's always challenging, so getting to play those teams that you get to kind of show off how well you can actually score with teams that are smaller than you and not bullying you down there.
Look over there across the way. We see your picture there on the wall, spinning the ball on a finger, looking sharp there as all the kids and all the girls walk by and look, yep, there's Trenton McElfresh, and you've made it to your senior year where you've got a banner on the wall. Now you got a chance to play on your home floor for a trophy tomorrow night against what's likely to be a county rival. How much fun is that going to be?
Oh, I can't wait. What we've been waiting for.
How have you done against Paoli throughout your career? I know we beat them last year. Rather controversial ending, if you remember. I don't know if you do or not, but I certainly do. Dusty Cole left the floor a rather unhappy person on the 12-mile trip back to Paoli. I'm sure that he remembers that as well. What do you remember about some of your games against Paoli, not just last year, but throughout your elementary school and junior high freshman career?
I mean, they've always battled. They've always had that team that is always hustling, going after it, and it's always a dogfight with Paoli. So I expect it to be that way tomorrow.
And Trenton, I know you had just as much fun out there in the so-called mop-up time, I guess, but you were instrumental in helping both Connor and Ammon get their first-ever career varsity points.
Oh, yeah. I love those guys. They work hard. They've been working hard, so we rewarded them.
I was going to say, we've seen it in JV play and Coach rewarding them, and certainly they know that if they keep working hard, they're gonna fight some of you guys maybe for some playing time down the road, and hopefully that just makes everybody that much better.
Yeah, they show up to practice just like we do. They run the same amount of running we do, so they deserve it every once in a while,
All righty. Congratulations on 2 more wins. Has to be fun to be 8-1 right now.
Oh, yeah. It's a great time.
All righty. All right. Congratulations. Terrific effort. Go get them tomorrow night, whoever you play.
Appreciate it.
We'll know tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. All right.
All righty. That is Trenton McElfresh, senior. 14 points to lead the Hawks in scoring here tonight as Valley wins it by 34. Kevin, final numbers real quick.
New Washington shoots 11 for 28 from two-point range for a paltry 39.3%. That's better than they were from three-point range, though. 1 out of 13, that's 7.7%. Overall, 12 of 41, 29% shooting. And to make up for that, they turned it over 28 times. Not a good performance in any way by Jonathan May's ball club. They did rebound 24 times. They were almost even with us on the glass. 9 of those 24 were on the offensive end. For Springs Valley, they shoot at 27 for 44 from two-point range. That's 61%. Just 1 out of 4 from downtown as we really tried to get it inside against the much smaller Mustangs. 25% overall, 28 for 48, 58.3%. We were 4 out of 6 from the foul line. New Washington did not manage to get there. As I said, we had 25 rebounds to their 24, so we're +1. Just 3 of those 25 on the offensive end, and we turned it over 13 times. Add all that up, Springs Valley with an easy blowout victory over the struggling New Washington Mustangs, 61-27.
Unlike today's game against Dub, in which Valley scored the first 12 points of that game, New Washington scored first on an A.J. Walter basket but then the Hawks scored the next 10 and started cruising pretty much from there, although New Washington got it to within 4 at the end of the first quarter. 37-14 Hawks at halftime, 46-21 after 3, and 61-27 the final. So the good news is here, Valley won all 8 quarters tonight, or today and tonight.
I learned a long time ago in coaching, if you win every quarter, you can't get beat. So make that an emphasis. Sometimes you break the goals of the game down into smaller parts. And you're talking about that, okay, win this quarter, win this one, win this one, win this one. And like I said, if you never lose a quarter, you're never going to lose a game. Valley's sticking to that formula, playing consistent, at least somewhat consistent in terms of the margin of every quarter. Defensively showing up every time, offensively still coming in spurts. See if we can put together a full 32 minutes tomorrow night. We'll need to.
All right, final again, 61-27 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. We'll take our final break and wrap things up when we come back to the Hawks Nest in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
For hand-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins with their second-to-none homemade soups, and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick for a variety of other menu items. For even the most discriminating appetites and a tantalizing kids menu, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Back for the final time here at the Hawks Nest, a long day of basketball. So Hawks pick up 2 victories earlier today, 53-37 over West Washington to end a 5-game losing skid to the Senators. And then here tonight they remain unbeaten all time against New Washington as they take advantage of a rebuilding year for the Mustangs, who were hit with heavy graduation. Actually, West Washington was too, as the Hawks cruised to a 61-27 victory. So they'll just wait on that Paoli Tabernacle game, assuming the Rams win. And we talked about the fact they're heavy favorites. It should be Valley and Paoli at 7:30 tomorrow night for the Tourney Championship.
Yep, if you're listening out there, bring your mamas, bring your papas, bring your grandparents, bring your friends, bring your neighbors, bring your coworkers, bring them all. Come on down to the Hawks Nest tomorrow night. Let's pack this place. Bring your radio cassettes, of course, so you can listen to us on your headphones as well. But should be quite a night of championship basketball. A great chance to play for a trophy on your home building. Let's see if we can fill this place up and cheer the kids on for a championship effort.
All right. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and New Washington High Schools, and of course to our host site here at Springs Valley Athletic Director. I would forget. Daniel Wolford. I'll be all right. It's a long night, okay? And, of course, Jason Russell helping out as well. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our privilege and pleasure to bring it to you. And we'll be back with us again tomorrow night for the championship game as the Hawks take on an as-yet undetermined opponent, more than likely the Paoli Rams. We'll get that one underway at 7:30, broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. For our studio engineer this evening, Randall Ham, our statistician for tonight's contest, Stevie McNew, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fond and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where today's final scores on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Earlier today, Springs Valley over West Washington 53-37, and then tonight the final Springs Valley 61, New Washington 27. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley. And thanks for listening for tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School basketball. And brought to you by IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nationally ranked health system in the state of Indiana. by Sullivan Financial, Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. Springs Valley Bank and Trust offices in French Lick, Bailey, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick. Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. High school basketball, the presentation of Cuban Edward Sports. You can show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to the power station for sports, Cuban Edward, WFLQ, French Lick.